Please settle down, please. Stuff that I'm talking about, can you get somewhere to sit? We're about to start for the place. Get somewhere to sit down now, please. Please, the photographers that are here, kindly exit where you are right now, up to the side. Let us maintain some sense of order and people place. If you know you're a photographer, leave where you are right now, so we can start the event. Hello, please, come to the side, please. So we don't distract the people here. If you're still standing, get somewhere to sit down so we can start, please. Get somewhere to sit down, please. If you know you're not a member of the press team from ITV or any of the press corps, we don't expect you to be distracted until the course of the program. If you're a photographer here, we recognize your presence, but please, while the event is ongoing, kindly maintain your position to the side. We don't want you on the central aisle. We also don't want you disturbing the devotees. There will be enough time for you to take photographs at the end of the event. Please. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, our guests, our parents, our sponsors, and every other visitor to the university, we welcome you to Nigeria's first premier private university. This is Induction University, Okada. Appreciate yourselves, please. To start this event properly, I would like to at this point recognize members of the management team and every other distinguished guest here present. The Vice Chancellor of the university, Professor Lawrence Ikechukwu Ezemonye, PhD, FAS, ably represented today at this event by the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor Raphael Ibinosa, a fellow Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria, fellow Association of National Accountants of Nigeria, fellow Institute of Cost Management. Can we appreciate our Deputy Vice Chancellor, please? We also have here today the Registrar, Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria, Dr. T.A.B. Sanusi, ably represented by the Deputy Registrar, MDCN, Dr. Benro. He is an Assistant Director of Planning, Research, and Statistics. Please, can we appreciate our special guest on our plate? Let us also recognize today the presence of the distinguished guest speaker for the event here today, Professor Francis Adedayo Paduyule. He's a special advisor on health to the Ondo State government and also a member of Ondo State Executive Council, as well as the past president, Medical Association of Nigeria. Round of applause for him. We have here set today the Deputy Vice Chancellor and Chief Medical Director, Ibadan University Teaching Hospital, Professor Godwin Mosakare Paswaye. He is a professor of hematology and the pioneer of the first successful stem cell transplant for the cure of sickle cell and we have here also seated the registrar and secretary to the Governing Council, Friday Benji Bakari, Esquire. He is a former senior deputy registrar and Nigerian Defense Academy. We have also the professor of the university, Mr. Emmanuel Negosa Immanuel. He is a fellow Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, a fellow Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria. We appreciate it. We have also here the university librarian, Professor Loki Tijani Abu Salami. A round of applause, please. We have the provost, College of Health Science. All right, now that you are done, allow me to call his name so that our visitors will actually know who we are talking about. So the provost, College of Health Sciences, Professor Doni Osara. We also have here deans of schools and colleges. The Dean, School of Postgraduate Studies and Research, and the immediate faculty vice chancellor, Professor Deborah Odejimi. We have the acting Dean, School of Clinical Medicine, Dr. Dayo Obureme Oike. We have the Dean, School of Basic Medical Sciences and Director, Center for Climate Change and SDG, Professor Space Around. We also have the acting Dean, School of Basic Medical Sciences. Sorry, I'm apologies for that. We have the acting Dean, Dr. Bush of the Village Jonathan College of Arts and Social Sciences, Dr. Blessing Polipi. We have the Dean, Sanusi Lamido, Sanusi College of Business. We have the Dean, Sanusi Lamido, Sanusi College of Business and Management Studies, Professor Damian Ndegu. We have the Dean of Aregawa College of Law and also the University Orator, Professor George Isebua. We have the Dean, Dora Kuni, College of Pharmacy, Professor Igodaro Ibe. We have the Dean, General Salami Amoka College of Engineering, Professor Roland Azike. The Dean, Oba Adeye Enitan Ogunwusi Ojaga, the Second College of Natural and Applied Sciences, Professor Loki Anyanwu. We have the acting Dean, State Affairs Division, Dr. Christian Odubela. This is a round of applause, please. At this event today, we also have other members of the Senate. We have the Director, Center for Intellectual Property and Technology Transfer, Professor Charity Emabiwe, the Director, Center for Presidential Studies, Professor Adeolu Akonde, the Director, Center for Linkages and Exchange Programs, Professor Nnamdi Nwaobi, the Director, Britain Center for Contemporary Security Studies, Professor Femi Olufu-Ilade, the Director, Animal Health Laboratory Research Ethics Center, Professor Peter Aziba, the Director of Benin City Window on America, Dr. Georgina Eribesa, and also the Head of the Department of Biochemistry. We have the Director, Dr. David Osunde Center for Entrepreneurship, Dr. Mrs. Mary Josiah. We have the Director of Academic Planning, Dr. Mrs. Angela Idonichi. We have the Director of Alumni and Advancement Center, Dr. Daniel Ibinegio. The Director, Center for Leadership and Governance, Professor Nat Opo, the Director of the FED, Professor Sunday Josiah, the Director of General Studies, Dr. A.G. Ibekon, the Director of Directorate of Research, Innovation and Grants, Professor Adebayo Molade, the Acting Head, ICT Unit, Dr. Ralph Asibo, the Acting Head, Works and Services Engineer, Sadio Owede, the Head, Human Health Unit, Reverend Festus Osafere. We also have the Head Sports Unit, Mr. Bernard Mekanole. Our ever supportive and loving parents, sponsors, and guidance who are looking absent. Please give yourselves a wonderful round of applause. Gentlemen and ladies of the press, all participants online via Zoom, Skype, and YouTube, distinguished guests, My name is Alexander Emmanuel Obaje, the Communications Manager of the University, and it is my honor to be your anchor for today's event. Moving on quickly at this point, permit me to invite for the address by the Dean, School of Medical Medicine, Dr. Mrs. Dimitra.
The Vice Chancellor, ably represented by the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor David, distinguished members, principal officers of the university, Professor Dominic Osayanya Osaga, the provost of the College of Sciences, all members of the Senate here seated, lecturers, parents, very proud parents of the inductees, and the latest doctors in town, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to this epoch-making event. I guess it is one of the most memorable events in the professional life of a medical doctor. The inductees are looking dapper in custom suits with well-knotted neckties, and ladies delectable in dresses with sculpted face makeup that probably took ladies hours and tons of money to achieve. The proud parents and guardians are pleading proud. For good reason. Induction ceremonies are both taken and forsaken as significant and symbolic rituals for medical graduates. The significance lies in their role as formal commitment to uphold the highest standards of ethics, professionalism, and patient care. Induction and post-taking ceremonies have fostered a deep sense of professional identity among medical graduates. And now the inductees identify as members of the medical community and are bound by a shared set of principles and values. To our dear inductees, the oath you are about to take is not merely a solemn promise. It is a sacred commitment to the values of the medical profession. As we recite these words, remember that they carry the weight of generations of healers who came before you and the expectations of the innumerable lives you will touch in the future. Embrace this oath as your guiding light and let it shape your every action, your decision, and interaction throughout your medical career. I can tell you for free that a doctor who has not taken practical or immersion of it and has not been inducted in a formal ceremony like this may not be licensed to practice in this country. I'm sure that the representative of the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria, the NDCN, will agree with me. To my new colleagues, the additional class of 2026, the family who follow me with them throughout the journey in the medical school, and it's our long-suffering lecturers. I extend my warmest congratulations. Congratulations. Becoming a doctor is a long and challenging journey, requiring a significant amount of dedication, hard work, and sacrifice. And I'm talking from personal experience. Medical school is hard, but make no mistake. Life after medical school in Nigeria today is even harder. It's no wonder that the doctors are immigrating all into the Nigerian palace and applying in large numbers for better conditions. I, unlike many others, have no issues at all with doctors going abroad for further studies and for better career opportunities, so long as they come back home as I did. East, west, north, or south, home is the best thing. I recommend that the federal and state governments, and I'm sure the Minister of Health, their present, and those states, like that, should provide funding to support doctors in their quest abroad. I'm sure new medical doctors must have had a deluge of advice before now on your personal and professional life. But I'd like to talk more today about a little more and to advise you concerning doing the greatest good for the greatest number of humans, utilitarianism. So I'd advise and I'd urge you that you should try to serve in underserved areas, particularly the rural areas when you have the opportunity, particularly when you service. So it can help to improve health access in rural areas. You should also try to engage in community health programs and education and raise awareness about preventive measures and the importance of regular health checks. Advocate for change, my dear colleagues. The financial members of Nigerian Medical Association, the NMA, and other medical associations and advocacy working to improve healthcare conditions because they strength in numbers. Mental medical system. In fact, I urge you to spend some time after this ceremony to share some tips with your colleagues who will be retaking their final MBBS examination in a few days. Contribute to medical research. Stay updated with the latest medical advancements and best practices. Attend conferences and workshops to enhance your skills, knowledge, and reach. Be culturally sensitive and aware of local traditions and beliefs. This helps in building trust with patients and improving healthcare delivery. Develop zero tolerance for corruption and other forms of misconduct or inefficiencies in the healthcare delivery system. Don't be like that doctor who was recently sentenced to life imprisonment for defying his wife's 15-year-old niece. Instead, imitate Dr. Ameyo Adadipo, the Nigerian physician who saved countless lives of Nigerians during the 2014 Ebola outbreak. May her beautiful soul rest in peace. Now they say politics is a dirty game, but without politicians, we're nowhere. I'd urge you again to join politics, or at least be a policy-making agent. Be the change agent that we require in politics. Now, remember that this university, Induction University, enables the fulfillment of your dream to become a doctor that you are today. I'd encourage you to join the Alumni Association. And just to remind you that next year is the 25th anniversary of your alma mater, the Induction University. You can play a vital role in many ways to enhance the program, facilitate an overall reputation through donations, endowments, and the like. When it comes to the parents and guardians, I'd like to thank you. The money you expended, the love you showed, and your devotion to these young doctors have paid off admirably. Now, as Mama and Papa, doctor, there's someone to look after you. Should you take you? You can walk tall, pride that you richly deserve. I will not forget our lecturers. The countless days and now nights spent typing notes, setting exam questions, and marking the answers, conducting work rounds in your speech despite your ages, were not wasted at all. See the product of the pathway. You must be proud of them. May God richly bless you. Our prestigious university, ably led by the Vice Chancellor, who gave deep new addition to the medical profession and healthcare industry. Bravo, and thank you. Finally, and most of all, we praise God for his amazing grace. Dear additional class of 2023, we welcome you to the most noble profession, medicine. Thank you very much.
Shall we please give another round of applause to the acting dean School of Clinical Medicine? Before we move on to the next program on the list today, permit me to at this point recognize the arrival of the special guest for the day, Dr. Samuel Ali, the Honorable Commissioner for Health, Edo State. Please, a round of applause for him. I would also want to, at this point, recognize the presence of Dr. Taiwo Balogun, the acting dean School of Clinical Science. Having done that, I would now like to invite, with a very tender observation, for the address by the Provost, College of Health Science, Dr. Henry. The chairman, sir, the vice chancellor here represented by Professor David, the deputy vice chancellor, principal officers of the university, the Registrar of Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria, here represented by Dr. Beru, the guest lecturer, Professor Francis Fadu, the Commissioner of Health Edo State, Dr. Samuel Ali, deans, directors, invited parents, inductees, ladies and gentlemen. I want to particularly again welcome the NPCL representative, Dr. Beru, for finding the time to be with us today to conduct this onerous activity. Also, I want to particularly thank our guest lecturer, Professor Francis Fadu, special advisor on health to the Sunshine State on those states. It's a very busy man, and his coming here today was at a very short notice. Professor Fadu, we are most grateful to you. Also, the Commissioner of Health, Dr. Samuel Ali, who became aware of this activity just less than 1 week away, and is here. Dr. Ali, we thank you most sincerely for finding time to come. This event has turned out for a long time. 2 state governments are witnesses to this event on those states and those states, being represented by top officials of the ministries of health. And it underscores the importance that this government and the people of Nigeria attach to the medical profession and the induction of newly qualified medical practitioners. This 18th induction ceremony is my first as provost of the College of Health Sciences. I have been there for 4 years, 2018 to 2023. I must say I'm very passionate about this class. Because Because when I was appointed dean, they were just entering the clinical medical class. And I used to tell them, I said, I'm the principal of the school. And I superintended over them, like Mother Hen. Going through that, I virtually knew the names of everyone in the class. To the extent that when there are no changes, I'll say, Adedayo, what is happening to you today? And today, I must say, I'm so happy that they are qualified as doctors, 55 of them, eventually, that are ready to be doctored today. Again, I want to congratulate you and greet your parents, your sponsors, most heartily. Occasion like this, when new entrants come into the medical school, as I look at 55 of you being inducted today, it is with many feelings that I will say I'm here addressing you today. Because I know in the next 5 years, at least 75% of you will have left this country. That is nearly about 40 of you have left. This sad story is with all medical schools in Nigeria. And this is not a good development. Must we allow this to continue? I do realize that many recommendations have been made. Factors underlining why doctors leave Nigeria are well known. On a day such as this, one may wish to recommend or suggest that we consider other measures, such as increasing the quota for medical schools in Nigeria, to increase the number in each medical school, so that at the end of the day, at least we will still have some in the country. But that is not to say that the country will not address other push factors, such as poor work environment, poor remuneration, and many others. Today is certainly not a day set aside to address the brain trace syndrome. We are here for the induction ceremony. This school is witnessing its 18th induction positively, meaning that for the past 18 years, within the 25 years of our existence as an institution, this is our 18th induction ceremony. This is kudos to this school and a testament to the robust program of our medical school. We continue to work in collaboration with the regulatory bodies, Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria, and the National Universities Commission. Otherwise, there's no way it would have been possible for us to be inducting students year after year, because we hold current accreditation status. So on this note, we want to thank the Vice Chancellor and management of this school for providing the enabling environment for education to continue to thrive, particularly in medical school. And also to thank the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria for upholding the ethics of the profession. They are monitoring and insisting on minimum standards of medical school. Only recently, our accreditation was able to renew for 5 years. It was a very rigorous exercise. So this year, we thank you again for ensuring that standards are not lower at all. And the Benedict University as an institution is doing everything to maintain this standard, so that our doctors that we train from this school will meet up with standards both nationally and internationally. We commend and applaud the investor of this institution, such Dr. Gabriel Osamari Belendo, for his first time in establishing this institution. Every occasion we keep thanking him because his novel idea has brought about private university. Otherwise, these students would not have been here today. Maybe I would have not been here to myself, provided places for all of us. So we thank the management, we thank the investor. And I want to congratulate the parents, the sponsors of these our inductees. I know it's not an easy task to train a student in a private university. You talk of thousands of money. You pay this year in, year out, for at least 6 years. It's not an easy task. So may the good Lord bless you and stretch you out in your pockets as you assign this for your children, for our children, and for subsidizing medical education for this country and for the world. Because when they flee, they go. No person is going to pay you money. You are subsidizing it. So I want to say thank you. May the good Lord bless you. Our inductees, you carry the insignia of our medical students. You carry the badge of this university. You must not do anything that will tarnish the image of this institution. Only remember all the things we were taught, not only in theory, not only in practice, but in character. We'll hold that very high, character. You can be very good in high intelligence quotient and all. Your patient will desert you once your character is found in wanting. They will go away and say, you are not the only doctor. A doctor must not go to the office, for example. You must dress properly. I say this without prejudice to what our guest lecturer will speak today. But as your provost and a senior medical practitioner, I'm duty bound to mention this amongst others. So as you go, the Lord be with you. Amen. Do not forget your alma mater, the College of Health Sciences, the School of Clinical Medicine, Igbenedion University. As you mature, maybe 10 years from now, you may be able to think, or let me give back. You may not necessarily the money. It could be by visiting, and so on and so forth. I thank you most sincerely. And I cannot leave here without thanking our teachers that taught you. Without their toil, today would have been impossible. Right from the School of Basic Medical Sciences, Basic Clinical Science, Basic Clinical Medicine. Look at all the series of exams to note. MBBS 1, MBBS 2, MBBS 3, MBBS 4. You know how many of you started this month? How many of you have gotten here today? But for our teachers. So we cannot thank them enough for all they have done for you. May God bless you all as we try not to celebrate our newly qualified doctors. Thank you very much. Please, I don't think that clap was for our logos. Thank you very much. At this point, I would like to invite to the podium for his remarks the Honorable Commissioner for Health, Edo State, Dr. Samuel Ali. A round of applause, please.
Good morning, the Vice Chancellor, Deputy Vice Chancellor, the Provost School of Medicine, and the Dean School of Medicine, the guests, other dignitaries, our grandparents, students alike, and the lecturers and students alike. I want to first apologize for coming late. I thought I was going to leave the Nigerian factor and tell me it's 10 o'clock, then they're going to start by 12. So I have to delay my arrival a little bit. I didn't want to come and they have to wait for 2 hours and all of that. So I will apologize for my coming when the ceremony has started. It's actually, those who know me know that actually it's not my thing. I keep to time as much as possible. So thank you for the honor to invite me to your induction ceremony as doctor. So thank you very much for the honor to be here with you as you have been inducted to one of us to be a medical doctor. I think the provost, your dean has said so much about what to expect from you. You must realize that one thing I want to say is you must realize the fact that your induction today is not an end. Your qualification today as a doctor is actually the beginning of the big journey. It's similar to when the nation played a football and say qualified for the World Cup. Yeah, we are happy, we are excited. But ultimately, you have to put yourself at the biggest stage. And exactly that's what is going to happen from now on. You're going to be there and then you start by doing the internship or the housemanship. And there's need for you to actually apply a lot of yourself into that one. You want to devote as much things because that's where you grow some of your skills, some of the knowledge that you have acquired. And after that, you're going to be able for NYC, and then you begin to focus on what you really want to be. By now, some of you have had an idea of what you want to be, maybe continue in the line of medical practice or not. Maybe you want to stay in the country or you want to go outside of the country. But whichever one you choose, you want to ensure that you excel in it. And one way to excel in whatever you do is to put yourself into it. And also to ensure that you put others first. People who have been great men are those who put others first. Great men are those who see others and they look at you from the human aspect, as humanity. That is very key to excel in life, your human aspect. People are not going to remember you for being a doctor, just for having that title to doctor. But most people are going to remember you from how you have impacted in their life, whether as a doctor, whether as a mother, whether as a friend. That is how people are going to remember you. And even your patients, for those of you who are going to continue to practice, even your patients, they are going to remember you for how you have treated them. Not necessarily in terms of whether you turn out to be a surgeon, how skillful you are, but how you made them feel, whatever problem they have, how you listen to them. That is how people are going to measure you. And that is where greatness comes from. A lot of people here who have been great in their own field, their own profession, be it medicine or whatever field, it is because they have a vision of what to do and how to get there. So you must, if you want to excel in life, you must have a vision for yourself. Where do I want to go? What do I want to be? And then the next question always, which is the most difficult part, is the process. How do I want to get there? And you've already fashioned out your life by becoming a doctor. So it's now, but now you must excel in that narrow scope that you have chosen. Be it you want to be a surgeon, you want to be a practitioner, or you want to be an academician, whichever you have to begin to focus and show that direction. Now, As commissioner of health, you also have a role to play, and that's why I'm here to let you know what we as government has been doing on behalf. We as government set policies and programs in order to ensure that every one of you as doctors and as parents are able to key into this program and also benefits everyone that is here and to the larger family. So what are some of the programs that our state government that we are carrying out? One of them is regulation. We are regulating healthcare practice. And what do I mean by this for some of you? That's essentially is to ensure that there is standard of practice, maintain standard of practice at the hospital, at the diagnosis center, at the pharmacy level, and at our nursing homes. When you look around Edo State and Nigeria in particular, there is no standard to practice. Well, there is maybe documented, but that is not being practiced. That's not being implemented when you now move into each of the hospitals. Sometimes you know, into hospitals, I just found out that most of those who are attending to patients, whether nurses, doctors, some of them are not qualified, some of them are not even doctors. So that is practical. And that is what we are trying to do. And we have, since my appointment as professor, we are close to about 20 hospitals who are found to have contest of form of infection or another. So we are trying to establish a system where both you, the practitioner, and even the patient are safe at all times. We have seen cases which even in pharmacy, those pharmacists practicing outside their scope of practice. Maybe you go to a pharmacy, you see him attending, making diagnosis, administering injections. Those are outside the scope of the pharmacy. So we are very strong on that. We are making sure that everyone is safe and every practitioner is practicing according to his professional field. So that is some of the things we are doing. But very importantly again is the fact that we are creating access so that everyone can have health care. The WHO recommend universal health care for all. And that means being able to have a system where everyone has some form of health care, are able to access some form of health care. So what have every state government done in this regard? We have provided the health insurance scheme. So it's good that you as new inductees are aware of what this health insurance scheme is all about. So that you as doctors will also recommend to your patient, you also tell your parents by and large to key into the health insurance. Health insurance is a way to ensure that you pay a little premium and then you're able to access healthcare whenever the need arises, both in terms of emergency or in terms of chronic disease. But even the health insurance that the state is giving is rented. There is also we have also check on the signs of the fact that there are people who might not even be able to afford to pay for those treatment. So what have we done? We have set up what we call the Basic Health Care Provision Fund. So this is a fund in which we enroll those who are the poor or those who cannot afford this into the health insurance. So they are able to access care also within the government hospital and even outside of the government hospitals. So these are innovative ways in which we are also contributing to ensure that we are able to provide the needed. So, in conclusion, my remark here is to every 55 one of you, the students, for you to begin. There's need for you also for you to see yourself within the larger society. We doctors, most times we tend to have this pride that maybe we are better than others. No, but we should and must treat every person equal. We must respect people, not because of their status, but because they are human first of all. So whether the person is a cleaner, whether it's a driver, whether he's a nurse, you want to accord him the needed respect. You must not see yourself, oh, I'm a doctor, and then everyone else is beneath your feet. No, everyone has a role to play in society. If all of us are doctors, who's going to be the nurse? All of us are nurses, who's going to be the cleaner? So every one of these people are important, and there is a need for us to have that mental awareness, to treat people right, to accord them the needed respect. I'm saying all of this because you as new doctors, as you go into the field, as you start your partnership or internship, you're going to meet them with a lot of people. But people are going to remember you more on the way you treat them. People are going to get on your nerves. So people are not going to appreciate you, but you must find a way to accommodate everyone. I'll give you an example of when I was doing my housemanship at the Eco Hospital. The Eco Hospital is a private health institution. It's not owned by government. And so the standard is, then the standard was very high. And a lot of our patients were high net worth individuals and very common people. So I know how every Nigerian who is high net worth, how they there's a way they want to be treated different from every other one. So those are some of the cultures we needed to revive. And I remember as an intern, then as a houseman, I was in the surgery posting, and then this I was the only house officer in the surgery posting because there's just one house officer for each of the departments. So it was my turn, and the surgery department was so busy. So when we start in the morning, my breakfast is always at like 2 or 3 p.m. and I have to rush to breakfast. So I remember this day, I was so busy attending, and then they put sending the patients upstairs and all of that. Then this woman, they brought in his son. I looked at him, I assessed him. He was stable. So I was attempting to be more present in the trial. I was attempting to be more present. And then after some minutes, she passed on me and said, this doctor, she began to insult me. She said a lot of things, but I didn't retaliate. I didn't say anything back to her. Then the patient who were around said, no, please, be kind on this young man. Then I was very young. Be kind on him. He's the only one that attended to us. Yeah. So later I attended to his son. Well, when I say son, he was 28 years, I think, and 30 years, and he was much older than me. So I attended to his son and all of that. I think after about 1 month, that son got well and they left. A month later, or thereabout, but I can remember that it was just 2 days before Christmas. This woman came and said, and then people said, oh, someone is looking for me. And I was like, who was that? But she came and she said, she just wanted to thank me for the way I treated her and her son, and that they're now fine. So she brought a 10-yard material to me. I could never forget that. I think I didn't remember her face, but I remember that gesture she did. And why? Because of the way I treated her. I didn't respond back. I didn't lose my cool. I just continued my work. So I'm saying this because that is what you're going to meet. You're going to meet a lot of people who are going to who might be on your nerves and who might not take kindly to what you do. But always focus on the job. Treat people as nice as you, and people will always remember you for that. Thank you. As I leave.
Please, can we appreciate the Commissioner for Health, Edo State, Dr. Samuel Emmanuel, once again. Moving on quickly now, I want to assure you that we are very cautious of time, and we are going to definitely end the event as quickly as possible. Permit me to, at this point in time, welcome to the stage for his remarks the Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Lawrence Ikechukwu Ezemonye, ably represented by the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor Raphael.
our special guest of honor. Commissioner for Health, Dr. Samuel Ali, Principal Officers of the University, representative of Registrar MDCN, Dr. Beru, guest speaker, Professor Francis Fadui, Provost, Deans, and Directors, invited guests, staff and students, ladies and gentlemen. IUO, I am indeed very grateful and have filled of joy that I welcome you all to this interesting event. Induction and uptake of newly qualified medical doctor is important. Let me also welcome special guests and Commissioner for Health, Dr. Samuel Ali. I wish to specially welcome the Registrar of MDCN, Dr. T.A.P. Sanusi, ably represented by let us also specially welcome and thank the guest speaker, Professor Francis Fadui. We can hardly wait to listen to you on your lecture now that you are doctors, as it promises to be exciting and rewarding to the inductees. At today's ceremony, a total of 55 deserving new medical doctors, comprising 36 females and 19 males, are to be inducted into the very noble profession of medicine after so many years of arduous training. The ambassador class at the third year is joining the list of over 3,000 medical doctors so far produced by the College of Health Sciences of the Grenadian University of Canada. Today's gathering is significant in the context of present-day Nigeria, as it occurs at the intersection of myriad of challenges and opportunities that define the medical education and healthcare in our nation. Universities offering training in medicine and surgery are increasing in number by the day. As of 2020, the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria approved 39 universities to train medical students. That's why this number, the number of medical student doctors in active medical practice, has declined tremendously. A number of junior and even senior doctors are emigrating at their own expense to Greenham pasture due to a myriad of problems with training at the postgraduate level in particular and medical practice in general. This is what is now ephemerically referred to as Japan syndrome in our dear country. Yet, amidst these challenges, we must also celebrate the remarkable innovations in medical practice and the impressive technological advancements that promises to reshape the landscape of healthcare in Nigeria. We stand at a juncture where telemedicine, artificial intelligence, and cutting-edge medical technologies have the potential to significantly enhance quality the quality and accessibility
In these challenging times, because we honor today are not just new additions to the medical community, but also becomes a hope for all and catalyst for change. Your dedication, resilience, and unwavering commitment to the noble cause of healing and alleviating human suffering are the qualities that will transform the healthcare landscape of Nigeria. The Benedict University is proud to have contributed to your journey, having equipped you with knowledge, skills, and value that are paramount in the practice of medicine. It is now your responsibility to carry this legacy forward, to be the advocates of change and the thought bearers of the brighter future of healthcare in our nation. As you take your oath today, remember that your profession is not merely a job, but a calling, a commitment to humanity. The road ahead may be fraught with challenges, but your training has prepared you to rise above them, to innovate, to educate, and to serve fellow citizens with integrity and compassion. More important, I expect you to be good ambassadors of IUO in your performance and conduct wherever you may find yourself. Today's ceremony would not have been possible without pioneering role of the visionary, our dear Honorable Chancellor, His Excellency Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Sawari Chairman. Is a man of the Benin Kingdom, whose foresight saw the establishment of not only the first private university in Nigeria in 1999, but also the first medical college in private university in the whole of sub-Saharan Africa. We deserve to be celebrated. To our esteemed parents and guardians, I rejoice with you on this auspicious occasion. We acknowledge your sacrifices, but note with pleasure that we have not been in vain, as demonstrated by today's ceremony. To our distinguished guests and partners, I extend my gratitude for your unwavering support in shaping the future of healthcare in Nigeria. I must also put in a word of recognition and appreciation to the provost of College of Health Sciences and his team for nurturing the students to the point of being inducted as qualified medical doctors today. Your efforts are noble and praiseworthy indeed, and I cannot even thank you enough. In closing, let us remember that the future of healthcare in Nigeria depends on your commitment, your innovation, and your ability to navigate the complex healthcare landscape of today. Embrace the challenges, harness the opportunities, and lead the way in transforming our nation's healthcare delivery system. Congratulations, inductees. The future of healthcare in Nigeria is in your capable hands. And I have no doubt that you will rise to the occasion. Thank you all. God bless you. Thank you.
Please, can we give another round of applause to the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor Wamba, please. Before we move on to the next item on the agenda, permit me to, at this point in time, recognize the presence of some distinguished guests here in our midst today. We have Professor Ignatius Onimabo, the former Vice Chancellor of Ambrose Ali University, Egoma University. Round of applause for him, please. We also have the Provost, College of Medicine, Ambrose Ali University, Egoma University, Professor Godfrey Iyanome. We have here seated in our midst today, Professor Shiaki Onisimus Bolus. The Deputy Vice Chancellor, Administrator, Taraba State University, another round of applause. We have here in our midst today, Sir Chief Dr. Imam Monagor, former chairman, Nigerian Medical Association, Anambra State. He's also here with his lovely wife, Chief Lady Dr. Ifeoma Monagor, the Chief Medical Director of Federal Polytechnic, Ogo. We have Sir Dr. Chinedu Ilo Kamuno, consultant plastic surgeon, University Teaching Hospital. We have Mrs. Peace Onyekelu, Deputy Director, University Teaching Hospital. Alongside all distinguished guests here today, we thank you for honoring our invitation to this occasion here today. Moving on quickly, at this point, I would like to invite for the citation of the guest lecturer, the Dean of Iredell College of Law, and also the University Orator, Professor George Zebro. I don't know how much is going with this.
Mr. Chairman, sir, presented by our very noble Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor Rafa David. Permit me at this juncture to invite our guest speaker, Professor Francis Adebayo Fadulide, to be upstanding with the citation. Citation of Professor Francis Adebayo Fadulide, Officer of the Order of Niger Group, Special Advisor to the Governor of Ondo State, Guest Lecturer on the occasion of the 18th oath taking and induction of the newly qualified medical doctor of the Canadian University of Canada, taking place today, 26th of October. Professor Francis Adebayo Fadulide, Officer of the Niger OON, is a medical doctor, a consultant pathologist, whose gait and birth never betrayed the signs of growing to greatness, as you can see. Professor Fadulide was born on the 7th of April 1972. A proud native of Ondo State, who hailed from the poor of Aya in Ukitipupa local government area of the state. In the words of Colin Poe, a dream doesn't come in reality through magic. It takes sweat, determination, hard work. True to his wise saying, Professor Fadulide OON became a medical doctor with the MBBS degree from the College of Medicine of the University of Lagos at the age of only 23 years. You can't clap for that. Some of us are already 38, 40, 27 before we are graduating. That's a man, 23 years, he was already a good doctor. He thereafter obtained a master's of business administration in 2005 at the Federal University of Technology at Owerri State. An MD, Doctor of Medicine, National Postgraduate Medical College. He didn't stop there. He has MSc, Cell Biology and Genetics, University of Lagos. Diploma, National Cancer Institute, Division of Cancer Prevention, United States of America. Diploma, Forensic Human Identification, Faculty of Forensics and Legal Medicine, in Royal College of United Kingdom. Cannot clap it. Professor Fadulide OON is an academic prowess. His prowess shines like million halogen bulbs put together that cannot be hidden. He's a fellow of the Medical College of Pathologists, Nigeria, fellow College of Pathologists of East, Central, and Southern Africa. Professor Fadulide OON is an academic giant of some sort. During his residency program in Mobile Anatomy Department at the Lagos University Teaching Hospital, he Igarapa, Lagos, between March 2002 to June 2007. He rose to the ranks, registrar, clinical pathology, registrar, anatomic pathology, registrar, blood transfusion and hematology, senior registrar, anatomic pathology, and finally, registrar, anatomic pathology. We also proudly climbed through the academic ladder from lecturer 1 between 2007 to 2012, senior lecturer between 2012 to 2015, to an associate professor, reader between 2015 to 19, and finally, what is to remember in 2019 to 20. All these are the Lagos State University College of Medicine and Professor Fabio Ogomen is a magnificent project that can be perceived from many angles. No wonder. The eagle eye and the dog of His Excellency Rotimi Akinlede USA and spotted this erudite professor of revenue and appointed him a special advisor on death matters in the state, with a mandate that brought others to help the government in the formation of health policies for the state. This cerebral academics has undergone several professional training, both within and outside the country, and has 61 publications in very high impact journals. It has over 18 books about and conference presentation, and over 3 research in progression, cancer treatments, forensic pathology, and of course, polyoforensic reports. His dissertation on 4 different medical areas is yet another album. For you in the medical field, I expect that there will be those dissertations so that we will be more efficient. Professor Fabio Ogomen has over 16 different appointments between 1999 to date to the position of honor and leadership. The most recent being the special advisor in university. We have over 10 awards and honors. The most recent is also the officer of the Niger OON. Professor Fabio is a great team, a very good listener, an expert in conflict resolution, and of course, excellent in her personal and motivational skills to mention of it. Professor Fabio OON also presented programming by subscribing on that in radio, television, and on DSTV channel 1 radio, besides all his professional engagements. He is a very responsible husband and a father to the admiration of friends. Mr. Chairman, sir, very distinguished with love and admiration, I invite special advisor to the University State government, a medical group, a consultant pathologist, a presenter to the court, Professor.
The chairman of this occasion, the vice chancellor, represented by the deputy vice chancellor, Professor Raphael Adede, the registrar of the Medical and Dental Council, represented by our own Dr. Wood, the deputy vice chancellor, CMD, my brother, Dr. Bazwai, members of the university management team, the provost, College of Medicine. I think you have not told our congregation that you're also a past president of the Nigerian Medical Association. Professor Dominic Osagai, MNI. means present here. Oh, I'm sorry, the Honorable Commissioner for Health. Please pardon my mistake. Our lecturers who are here, proud parents, students of Ibadan University, the graduates, the inductees, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to make a first correction. It is Adedayo, not Adebayo. I've been battling that since my primary school days. I've rejected many certificates because they always like Adebayo. Maybe I will ask my dad to change my name officially to Adebayo and I don't have this. But for now, it's still Adedayo. I want to appreciate the VC and management of Ibadan University of Kada for inviting me to be a guest speaker for today. And it is at this that I want to say a heartfelt congratulations to the parents and guardians of the newly inducted doctors on this great accomplishment by their children awards. This is historic. It is a historic moment to have the privilege to see them become a medical doctor with all the heartaches which pervade the long, tortuous journey. Yes, they have made it. They have made us proud. We can only be thankful to God for the long, eventful journey of at least 26 years. 2 years in nursery school, 6 years in primary school, 6 years in secondary school, and another long 6 years in medical school. If everything goes that seamlessly, at least 26 years. We can now breathe a sigh of relief. To the parents, congratulations once again. To our graduates, I've been seeing you beaming with smile, happy with yourself. So finally, we have made it. After all the suffering and vigors of studies, we are victorious. You can now walk with your head high, or better still, with a very thick shoulder pad. The name doctor will be added to your name, and this will be till you exit this earth. But wait, there are many things tied to that prefix or appellation doctor. It is on this basis that the topic of this induction lecture is now that you are a doctor. The question shall be equal. The question shall be, what next? I would like to discuss this topic from two perspectives: the responsibilities and the benefits. I want to start with the latter. As medical practitioners, your status in the community has changed. In the earlier days, you are regarded as a demigod. Although this respect is still seen, but it is to a small extent in some clients. Historically, medical professionals is like a cult Parents only train their children and children of their colleagues. Though it has been a little bit released, but since you are coming to medical profession, you are welcome to the court. The origin of history of medicine. Medicine originated in the ancient Egypt with the first known physician called Imhotep. Ancient medicine relied heavily on faith, religion, and magic. Before this, early humans likely just accepted illness, disease, and death as part of life, and they did not attempt to cure people. Hippocrates, of course, in Greek, 460 to 377 BC, is universally recognized as the father of modern medicine, which is based on observation of chemical science and rational conclusions, and does not rely on religion or magic in vivo. Hippocratic medicine was influenced by Pythagorean theory that nature was made of 4 elements: water, earth, wind, and fire. And therefore, in an analogous way, the body consisted of 4 fluids or humor, which is the black bile, the yellow bile, the blood, and the pillage. The physician had to reinstate the healthy balance of these humans by facilitating the healing works of benevolent nature. The Hippocratic Oath contains the Pythagorean duties of justice, secrecy, respect for teachers, and solidarity with peers. Western medicine formally introduced into Nigeria in the 1860s, when the Sacred Heart Hospital was established by the Roman Catholic missionaries in Abeokuta. Throughout the ensuing colonial period, the religious missions played a major role in the supply of modern healthcare facilities in Nigeria. Dr. William Brown Davis and Dr. James Africanus Bill Horton were the first Nigerians to qualify as medical doctors, and they graduated from King's College in 1858. Presently, Nigeria boasts of over 40,000 medical and dental practitioners, of which you are one of them today. It is imperative for you to know that there are ethics guiding the profession. You have just been inducted or about to be inducted into an elite group. The Bible says in 1 Peter 2, chapter 2, verse 9, New King James Version, and I quote, "But you are a chosen generation, you are a royal priesthood, you are a holy nation, his own special people, that you may proclaim the praises of him who called you out of darkness into his marvelous light." This new position and personality, you are not going to be without ethics. You should between success and failure, between lawful and unlawful activities. Beware of the vagaries of life. It is important because ignorance The following section of the Code of Medical Ethics emphasizes the importance of the code. Under 5.2, I believe medical doctors and dentists are duty bound to familiarize themselves with the Code of Medical Ethics, the Constitution of Nigerian Medical Association, all its bylaws, and standing orders on national and relevant state level. It is your duty to ensure you do that. Another area that you have to look at is for alcohol and drugs. The council considers conviction of alcohol-related offenses or trafficking in drugs as an indication of habits that are discreditable to the profession, and certainly a danger to patients. Thus, registered practitioners may be judged guilty of infamous conduct on the following ground, amongst others that are not listed here. If they are convicted by any court for drug-related offenses, if they are found to be on drugs or under the influence of drugs. Again, listen to this. Drugs while attending to patients. Please take note of this. The clinic etiquette under 13.3 states that medical and dental practitioners should avoid smoking in the clinic or the hospital premises. If a person in private or a separate room, and that is the real call that God has called you from darkness, from the above, you will know that much is expected from you by your professional counsel. Within the community, you must know how to behave properly, because you are now a role model that the youth will be eager to emulate. You must be guided in your utterances, living style, how you dress, because the people that watch you believe that all you do is healthy, is good, and is beneficial. As a doctor, you must always dress clean and neat. Places is a habit unexpected of doctors. Now the popular Japa syndrome that we have been talking about. As a medical students lecturer, I often ask my students their plans after leaving medical school. Most times, the chorus, they will Japa. I take my time to discuss with them. And I think this is another opportunity to let you see the other perspective. Sometimes in the 1950s, some missionaries left their countries, majority from Britain and Ireland, to come to our different villages and establish schools. They not only stayed to teach our parents and grandparents, they actually involved in cutting the laws, building the schools, time teaching. At those times, ailments like malaria were not readily available. Scores of them died due to this infection and other pathologies. But they kept coming. Then we have our grandfathers. Our fathers joining them to continue this education and improvement of our society. But today, first or second generation of these sacrifices are now dumping or denying our people the expertise. Ironically, many of us are now dumping our country to the countries that these missionaries left for our sake. I have to also reemphasize to stay are now made or expected to live in rural areas, as we have many spaces available for us in the urban areas. It will be more beneficial if it is for acquiring knowledge and skills in order to return back. The inductions, the Indians did that, and the country is benefiting from that. There is a real artistic reason for being patriotic to our country, men and women. My dear colleagues, it is also important that I stress that we must be godly in all our activities. We must have been taught severally that we must show empathy to our patients. You must show genuine love towards those that need our services, and ensure we have a good working relationship with our colleagues and be an important team player. It is the top of quantification of being it is very important for you to drop the talk of qualification of being brilliant. The best doctor is not the most brilliant, but the one that shows interest, has regards, demonstrates empathy to his or her patients with high level of dedication to duty. As medical practitioners, it is predetermined that you go on to be the leader in whatever path you have chosen. I want to make you a boss. You will learn so much from members of the team. If you establish a robust interpersonal relationship with other members of the team. Practitioner, a ward mate, emphasis, a ward mate or a ward attendant, once gave me a very invaluable advice that I still use up to today. So, my dear colleagues, admonish us in Ephesians chapter 4, verse 2, be completely humble and gentle. In love. That is what God has asked us. On the second leg of my advice to you today, kindly do not of disrespect, if you do not if you do not pay attention to details. You must dutifully your word runs promptly, and do not joke with your call duties. Who knows who will need that emergency treatment when you are not there? Be contented, because the love of money you must know your limits. Call for help early, and do not be involved in any shady deals, no matter how tempting and under no circumstances. Be reminded that we are in a digital age where nothing is an unethical thing you do will certainly land you into trouble. Once you stay on the side of professionalism, you can always guide yourself. Some years ago, completing MBBS degrees, however, we need to know that in contemporary world today, you will have to quickly consider specializing in one field or the other. The days of being a general practitioners are almost totally gone. Therefore, you need to aspire to add more knowledge to your practice. I beseech those of you who have flair in politics to go into it. That will formulate policies to those of you. If you leave politics to bad people, as we always say, then be expected to be governed by bad people with bad policies. The days where medical doctors stay in their clinics and expect the system to cater for them are long gone. We have to therefore throw down the gauntlet to struggle with the political gladiators so that we can also help shaping the policy in this regard to health. The health system of our country is in shambles. The primary health care level is almost totally gone. Is strengthened. Not make the desired goal of health for all in Nigeria. 2001 Abuja Declaration of African Head of State of African States. African State Annual Budget Health. Nigeria has once had about 6% in the last 22 years. There are concerted efforts to work together so that we can salvage our country. You must be part of the team to make your country work. My dear colleagues, fulfill your obligation to the sick, show empathy for the professional, obey medical ethics at home or abroad. Be involved in political activities that will shape the medical profession and their country because being aloof or neutral can be very dangerous. Always remember that though we care, only God heals. Therefore, look up to God in all that. Therefore, look up to God in all that you do and do the things that please. I want to thank the VC and especially the Provost, Professor Dominic Osarai, and the entire management team of Ibadan University Okada. Once again, let me say congratulations.
Please, can we give a round of applause to our guest? That you would have following our lecture, 90% of you will not shall in Jesus' name. Can I hear amen, please? Moving on quickly. Class for 2023. We have come to the heart of the occasion today. We are going to take 2 items, and those 2 items are going to be anchored by one person. First is the administration of the Hippocratic Oath and taking of vow. And then second is the presentation of licenses and certificates to the inductees by the registrar. These 2 things will be coordinated by the Deputy Registrar, MDCN, and also the head Department, Planning, Research, and Study. The chair of this occasion, the Vice Chancellor, represented by the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor Rafa, the special guest of honor, and my own classmate, and was my classmate then, Dr. Samuel Ali. He's our guest lecturer, my president of the past president of the Nigerian Medical Association, Professor Patrick David. And I want to stand on all established protocols. Good afternoon, everyone. I bring you warm greetings from my principal and registrar of the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria, the person of Dr. Tajuddin Sanusi. He will have himself, but he also has some other engagements to attend. That's why I'm here to represent him at this induction ceremony. Indeed, it's already a great privilege to be here, and I'm always happy. It's not my first time as you. The council is actually very happy with what is being currently going on in the university, especially in the medical college. And we want to thank Pro for doing a good job to ensure that the standard of the training, is upheld. My task is simple: to administer the Hippocratic Oath, which is the inductees. They are not yet doctors. They are not yet doctors. Yes. The criteria for you to become. And the other aspect is that you must be administered this Hippocratic Oath. For a very good reason. The council
was established in 1963 by an act of parliament with the mandate to regulate the practice, the training of medicine, dentistry, and alternative medicine. And one of the responsibilities of the council is to ensure that we register practitioners who we find worthy. And then we also ensure that the standard we also ensure that area practitioners who have been administered this oath to are disciplined when the need arises. And that's why it's important that you any of the disciplinary organs of the council, this oath will be brought before you. We have two organs of council which are independent from the council itself. They are the Medical and Dental Practitioner Investigation Panel, which tries to establish a prima facie case against malpractice or negligence. And also we have the Medical and Dental Practitioner Discipline of the High Court. Our guest speaker has been a member of that disciplinary tribunal, and he can tell you what really goes on there. It's not pleasant for any doctor if brought before that tribunal, and it's in court that sits in the open. So you can imagine the embarrassment it brings to you, family, and even your alma mater. So you must be a good ambassador of your alma mater. Now, before the Hippocratic Oath, I know a lot has been said about ethics, but I tell you, throughout your practice life, you have to ensure that you abide by the ethics of the profession. So the council has the Code of Medical Ethics in Nigeria to be given to you, and this will be your Bible, to be your Quran in the profession. When you're brought this and to be used against you. We also have the guidelines of registration. Right from now, you take your provisional registration, and all what you need to do on that is there. And then, as you go along the practice, you acquire special. You acquire specialist qualification, you need to be registered as an additional qualification. And all forms of registration have been fully automated by the council. So from the comfort of the home, the offices, and even if you travel abroad. So without wasting much time, I'm going to request that the 55 inductees should please rise. That knows his or her. You must know to refer your patients. You must learn to interact and discuss cases with your senior colleagues. So please get that in mind. Section. One is the declaration. We are going to declare to abide by all laws. And then we are going to take the physician pledge. And then we are going to affirm to the pledge. So are you ready? Yes, because the security business is a very serious business. So it comes with a high sense of responsibility. Are you ready to show that the responsibility of being the medical doctor? Okay. I don't see anyone speaking, so and now you're going to take the liberation and because they are going to describe the meaning in the section again. You say, one, two, three, go. I, Doctor, do sincerely and thoroughly that are the registered medical practitioner of Nigeria. I shall exercise several parts of my profession to the best of my knowledge and ability for the good, safety, and welfare of all persons committing themselves to my care and attention, and that I will faithfully obey the rules and regulations of the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria and all other laws made for the control of the medical profession in Nigeria. And you put your right hand up. I solemnly pledge to dedicate my the health and the well-being of my patients will be my first consideration. I will repeat that. The health and the well-being of my patients so your patient comes before your wife, spouses, children, and everything. Yes. And that's what I want you to know. That I tell you, it's serious responsibility. I will respect the autonomy and dignity of my patient. I will maintain the honor. I will not permit concentrations of indeed origin, gender, nationality, sexual orientation, social standing, between my duty and my patient. That I confided in me, even after the patient has died. I will practice it. Conscience and dignity, and in accordance with good medical practice, I will foster the honor and noble tradition of the medical profession. I will give to my teacher, colleagues, and students the respect and gratitude which are due to them. I will share my medical knowledge for the benefit of the patient and the advancement of healthcare. I will attend to my own health, well-being, and ability in order to provide care
higher standard. I will not use my medical knowledge to violate human rights and people liberty. So I make it freely and upon my own. So help me God. Congratulations. So congratulations. We can now call you on this. Indeed, it is a worthy achievement and must guard it jealously. You are needed. Your patients will look up to you. Your family will look up to you. Indeed, the society will look up to you. And so you must represent the profession, the global profession. Well done. And again, you take the right hand up. And you say, as you repeat, I affirm and oath that just taking to everyone. So I count to 10 together. 1, 2, 3, go. Before I start out the video, there are 3 vows you must take, right? You must show gratitude and respect to those who are not so far. Must appreciate them, must recognize them. And the first to be recognized here will be your alma mater. And you're going to take a very good bath. And they provided you the enabling environment, you know, to be where you are. Will you please and take it back and represent the university? So you can't just be a little bow university, but the way of saying thank you. 1, 2, 3, go. You are not doing it now, you know your voice. If you want to go, keep coming. Now, the second where to be focusing for are your teacher. You want to respect your teacher. Here, you know, here today, but that's actually so I will kindly request our to please rise and for the sound. So let your power reflect that gratitude judgment. 1, 2, 3, go. And then lastly, these are special people. You remember when you didn't have money, you told them life. And they thought that happened and never happened. And they gave you the money. So you will now pay them. Someone to relocate your parents, your guardians, and you're going to buy. You don't want to have an okay. So at the count of 3, bow them. 1, 2, 3, go. So congratulations, and on behalf of the Ministry of Medical and Medical Science of Nigeria, we wish you well in the past. Thank you. Can we give another round of applause to Ernest Government? Class of 2020. Just like the guest lecturer in his presentation said, the topic was now that we are in London. I think that topic was like for that wonderful lecture. Quickly now, we'll move on to the next item on the agenda, which is the message or just take 1 minute of the message.
Special business. All the so competition like very exposed to a more high level of a lot of skin on that those skills. So they don't practice Facebook and they are just kind of so there is a liver is created of humans students. We don't know that actually more very opportunity to acquire the man-seen like representation, parting and chamber and education to the and every type of participation, meaning there will be then generally related power of this time. One city was possible because of those to be many of these will not have that in Ivy, we actually well trained, although they should Saliencies, it also very also this 1 year training one of that in funds to influence
Typically, we are going to our result. The special guest we have here today, which is the we are at the problem for everybody's the presentation almost to be on the the presentation of the sovereign and flag. So the registrar this year, every represented by one compare that will be covered by the deputy vice chancellor. Is there a round of applause for your please? The next is going to be the presentation of flag and yeah. So the guests, but the distinguished guests we currently have here today, Professor Francis A. Family. Round of applause for everybody. Thank you very much. Please, can we appreciate the moving on quickly, I want at this point invite to the stage Dr. Harmony Ibezim. He's going to do something that is very unique, and that is the ceremonial handover of the world goods and profession on behalf of the 2023 on behalf of the 2023 class. Please, Doctor.
Thank you very executive protocol. Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to invite Dr. Adesanya David on behalf of the class. We received the word towards the stethoscope and a candle as a symbol as the rite of passage into the level of profession.
I'm going to have the mandatory speech by the graduating class representative, Dr. Adesanya David.
the principal officers of the university, the provost, College of Health Science, members of staff, our parents, and distinguished guests. It is a great honor to give the valedictory speech on behalf of the class. As Hippocrates once said, wherever the art of medicine is, there is also love of humanity. It was 7 years. The love of humanity was driving force to overcome the 7 years of intense trainings. We've learned for this day. Since the day we started this course of study, here we are today. Luminaries, class of 22. The journey has never been a smooth one. We started off as medical illiterates that were thrilled by the wonders performed by doctors. Gaining admission into medical school, to bulky lectures, tutorials, to several insults and setbacks, to several lectures that got more intense as progressed. We went through several horrors and sleepless nights for our mighty exam. But we became stronger as the waves were seen. We had to cut off or reduce very many things we loved doing and dedicated a huge part of our lives to the study of medicine and surgery. But we are resilient, so we came out stronger than we used to be. As Sigmund Freud said, out of the vulnerabilities will come the strength. We are grateful to the Chancellor, Sergeant Gabriel Basara, who had the vision and accomplished the establishment of this basic institution of higher level. Through him was the achievement of our goal of becoming medical doctors today. We thank the university management, the Honorable Vice Chancellor and Principal Officers, the Provosts, College of Health Sciences, Institute of Medical Sciences, all heads of departments and lecturers, for building us and producing a new set of doctors. To our consultants, we thank you. We became doctors by the knowledge and skills we acquired from you. We also thank all members of staff. We thank for giving us all kinds of support we needed to push. You were there to motivate and inspire us. We wouldn't have successfully pulled through this without the support and words of encouragement. We are very grateful and we are happy we are what you wish for us to be. We appreciate all our patients through which we acquired clinical skills. Our patients will endure 3 hours of asking questions, especially asking questions like the number of windows their grandparents had in their homes. To the patients, now let us examine them for help to one way. We are very grateful. I want you to know you contributed a significant role in building medical doctors for the global community. We always remember our fallen heroes. Dr. Rati, and Dr. Idemije. This day, not just as medical doctors, but as a special grade that the world is yet to witness. This set has always been standing. So therefore, please never forget where it stands for, which is influence and inspiration to others. This simply means we should keep up our leading spirit to inspire medical students and people aspiring to be medical doctors. As written in the Hippocratic Code, remember you are a member of the society and you have special obligations to fellow human beings. What we are going with today remains with us for life. We still have to do what we've spent the last 7 years preparing for. So always remember, be a member of the society. Also remember, we never stop learning. As we continue learning. For ourselves, medicine is not only science, it's also an art, as it deals with the very processes of life.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached another high point of today's ceremony. Now that subscribe to the relevant quotes, they are now fit and proper. And in this capacity, they are allowed to come out for the ceremonial handshake with the Vice Chancellor and other and the NCC representative and other institutions.
They will file out one by one, row by row, and other. This come right from one Lima Road at that end, move.
Please kindly settle down. Please kindly settle down, please. Photographers kindly exit the car. Thank you very much. Please, kindly settle down. There will be more opportunities for pictures. There will be more opportunities to Instagram everything. Thank you. Please kindly settle down so we can continue the program, please. Thank you very much. May I at this point invite Friday, Benji Bakari Esquire for his vote of thanks. A round of applause for him, please.
Professor Lawrence Ikichukwu-Maye, past every representative. Our special guests, Dr. Samuel Ali, Commissioner of Health, Edo State, the representative of the registrar of MDCN, Dr. Benro, other dignitaries here present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our Tia Roba doctors. It is a great day in the life of these new doctors, newly inducted medical doctors. There's no doubt about it. In wonderful and solemn ceremony, the 18th induction, first and foremost, in this ceremony, such a huge success to him alone belongs to all the glory. Amen. Next, Dr. Samuel Ali, for finding time out of his busy schedule. We thank you most sincerely for your good message and for your kind words with the students. Your towering presence is indeed highly appreciated, and we appreciate you, please. Always, we say kudos to our represented by Dr. Benro. We appreciate and your esteemed counsel. More importantly, we thank you for always being there for us and for again, can we give him a round of applause, please? Well, distinguished guest speaker, Professor Francis Badili, OON, we say a big thank you for the wonderful and beautiful lecture. Was that lecture not wonderful and beautiful? Great doctors, I need your response. I'm sure that you have benefited immensely from it, just as I have. Again, we appreciate it. Like Oliver Twist, I can assure you that we're going to invite you for another lecture, and I hope that you will oblige yourself. Thank you. The transformational drive of our dear Vice Chancellor, Professor Lawrence has continued to yield positive results for the university, for which we are eternally grateful. hands together for them. We congratulate and thank their parents and guidance and well wishers for being part of this ceremony. And to all others who tirelessly, especially we say thank you and God bless you. I have nothing more to add than to thank you for being such a wonderful audience. Thank you and God bless you.
Please come. We want to especially thank you for being here today. As we have come to the end of this event, kindly listen to the following announcement. The closing prayer. We also take the university anthem and the national anthem. After that, we'll remain standing while the members of the high table, they invite the guest speaker and the principal officers exit the venue. When they do, thank you very much. Please, may we stand. Please, before the closing prayer, there's going to be a group photograph of all the brand new medical doctors. Please, after the prayer and everything, when we out of this place, so please, it's going to be somewhere over there. Make sure you're a part of that particular process. Thank you very much. At this point in time, permit me to invite. Thank you very much.
Let us pray. Our gratitude rise up and that I will receive this day throughout the Lord of this occasion. Blessings for the success of this occasion. We ask that we be protected as we depart to our different destinations in peace and gratitude. Thank you.
University anthem, please.
Stand up, please. I get that everywhere. Stop, please, sir. Stop, please, sir.